Because more importantly, this needs to be replaced when the plastic, through excessive use, eventually does break. Here we go. This is the Ohsnap. I know, that was cheesy. It's the grip wallet. So let's open it up. Pull box right here. Oh, looks like we have, this is really kind of involved packaging. I kind of like this. Gives you an idea of what it can do all the way around. A lot of information. Open this up. And yet another box. Oh, and here we go. This is what looks like a little tab to bring this up. Very sophisticated. I really quite like this. A lot of thought put into this particular packaging. I have Cranberry Smash, that's what this is called, but there's also Obsidian Black, Carbon Fiber, Crocodile Green, and Crushed Orchid. So let's take a look at this because there is a lot going on with this particular wallet, so let's do it. First of all, let's start on the back. This is MagSafe compatible with phones, and the magnet portion is really here on the front. We'll show you how that operates, and then we have an external magnet on this side. So you can have this attached to your phone, which I'll show you, and then this can attach to any other metal surface. So it really just acts as a pass-through from that perspective. You cannot do MagSafe charging, however. And then you can see right here, very common because we're talking about Ohsnap, is we have a pop socket right here. You can see how clever this is in its design, and we'll look at this a little bit closer, but it does provide the typical. Here you also have the option of moving this, so we'll get into that in more detail. And if you got small enough fingers, you can get right in the middle right there. I don't happen to have very small fingers, and so anyway, that doesn't work for me. We have the internal card slot right here, the main portion of this being the wallet, and a very generous thumb push window on the front. Capacity up to 8 cards, and this expands as you're noticing. I think this is what is clever about this particular design, and we'll show how that operates. It measures 3.8 by 2.5 by 0.3, and it weighs 2.6 ounces or 73 grams. I told you there was a lot going on here. Now let's get into the tests. As you saw, I got 6 cards in there. You could fold cash in quarters or thirds and probably stick it in there somewhere, but it's really not made for it. This is made for cards. Now, the total max of 8 cards capacity really comes down to whether you're mixing flat cards or you're also including embossed cards. To give you an idea, this is what an embossed card looks like. This is where you have the raised letters and numbers on here. Because of its height, that adds additional, well, depth, and then because of that you can get fewer cards in here. From a quality check, this is designed in the United States, and it doesn't really say so, but this is likely made in China. It's made from a space-grade aluminum. It provides natural RFID blocking due to the materials that are used. From a design perspective, there are no sharp edges on this. It moves around your hand very easily, and we can see we have rounded edges everywhere. It's free from build hardware like screws, which can really disrupt the aesthetic. So again, not only was function designed in this, but also the aesthetics and the beauty of it, which you have to appreciate. The main body is made from space-grade aluminum, and the pop socket here on the back is made from plastic, but really clever, and it does a few other things for us. Now there's a lot going on with this wallet usability wise, so let's start getting into that. All right, so let's take my phone and we will apply this. And as you can see, this is not the front because the cards are here, and you can see the magnet and it grips right here. Now, one of the things from a usability perspective is that the magnet is really not super strong. It could be a little stronger, and placement could really help with this back and forth. It does click based off of the magnets. That could be firmed up a bit. Accessing cards, set this aside, comes from the front in this, and you have the ability to push up and fan out. You can see how it kind of fans out a little like that. It's clever, and if you master it, probably works well. But really, if you're trying to get access to cards in the back, you're going to be pulling out and you're going to be accessing that way, or you just kind of get the main stack out, then you've got to pull the whole thing out. It's very typical to other similar wallets. It doesn't solve the age-old problem. Now, one thing I do like that's nice, as you can see right here, we do have beveled edges, so as you get cards to put them in, they slide in very nicely all the way down. So the fanning, while possible and is part of the features when you try and push this over, get to the top, works, but it is a bit fiddly. Now the overall downside is when this is attached to your phone, you do have to access the cards from the front, meaning you have to remove this from your phone to access it. The prior version you could push up from the bottom, but this is very common with most wallets like this, most MagSafe wallets, is you have to detach it to get to your cards. So it's not uncommon and not necessarily persistent or systemic downside to what we see here. You must attach this to charge your phone. It will not charge through it. Now, being made from metal, it adds to the overall weight of your phone. which may or may not affect, depending on how much you have going on with your phone, its ability to attach to metal and hang there. But it still is a very attractive option. Now let's talk about the snap grip on the back. It is a very clever design. So we pop this out. We can see that this moves a full 360 degrees. So you can move this to whichever position fits you best. You can put this on your fingers right here. Let's see if I'm smarter than I look. And this moves all the way around. So you have that ability. And again, if you have this on your phone, then you have the ability to hold onto your phone like you would for any socket you'd put on your phone. So if we take this off, it does have two options. The 2-finger option, or if you've got a small enough finger, you can get it right through the middle, right here. So it does have a single finger option if you're not fat fingered. And what's really clever is if you want to watch something, you can see these 2 notches right here. This allows you to then look at this notch that is right there. And you can say, you know what? I want to use my phone as a stand. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to place this and I'm going to set this down just like that. So you can actually then be able to view things on your phone and use it as a stand in addition to just a pop socket. And when you're done, it lays flat. Very cool, and I like this concept. It appears that the pop socket can be removed. If we look here carefully, you can see that it has, seems like it snaps into place. And that's really important because more importantly, this needs to be replaced when the plastic, through excessive use, eventually does break. Now, if it can be replaced, then bravo. And the rest of the wallet will operate indefinitely due to the awesome construction materials used. And for the price, you kind of would expect Find Me support at this point, considering the competition on the market, but it currently does not provide Find Me support. Maybe we'll get that in version 2. I really like this design. The innovation with several features showing there's always a path to creating something unique. And based on what could be a very blasé market for MagSafe wallets, seems to come out here in the Ohsnap design. So now on to the final score. For quality of 5, price at 2, little expensive. If this had Find Me support, I think it would justify it better. Features of 4, usability of 4, perception of 4. I think it provides a great extension on what you have from what would be just normally generic MagSafe wallets. And that gives us a final score, 3.9 out of 5, which is really good. Now, if you look at this video next, I'm sure you'll find something you enjoy, and we appreciate you joining us for this review. Goodbye.